2. You're live.
All right, Juddy, here I am.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. I'm in the studio, so I'm going to open up. Welcome back to Talking Smack. It's the return of the Mac, Jack, and I'm here with the great Rob Nelson, who's at TPUSA with Charlie Kirk. He's about to go in and see Trump. We're going to lose him in a few minutes, but we're live. You're in the field. I'm in the studio. What's up, brother?
Well, done like a true broadcaster, my friend. Listen, this has been fascinating. Like I can't lie to you, Juddy. It's interesting. This is a student action conference, and it's all young people, but there's adults too. And Charlie Kirk, started Turning Point, and this thing, has gotten huge. I mean, all the big conservatives come to talk, and they're really trying to message a new message for conservatives, and it's pretty interesting listening to the voices and the people. And they shut the place down. The city suddenly shut down and wouldn't let more people in last night, so they brought the speakers out, and the governor tweeted like, "Why are they shutting it down?" And he had like 700. 20-year-olds screaming and yelling like a rock star. And here's my funniest story, Juddy. Tucker Carlson comes out, and literally they're chanting, "Tucker, Tucker," wearing T-shirts. He's like a rock star.
Yeah, he was good, by the way. My kid graduated college and watched Tucker live last night. I thought it was great.
Yeah, from here.
Yeah, from LA.
Yeah. No, I meant live here.
Oh, I know. We were watching you live. It's called technology.
Oh, wow. Dude, I didn't know about this stuff.
Yeah.
You can fill me in. Dude, I do not have any mac and cheese because I'm at this convention, and it's actually a big dinner. So I don't know if I'm going to get any food here, but there's a big dinner.
You've broken the rule. It's the anti-show. Rob has broken the rule. I have Amy's mac and cheese. Quick food and food and politics shows are our anti-show. Very good. Don't get fat. Don't get flatulent. But eat Amy's mac and cheese. And back to you, Rob.
Let me see some of that. Let me see some of the crappy fake mac and cheese you're eating.
Dude, it's great you went down there. You're a nomadic. You're a man that gathers no moss. Rob is like, I call Rob the Buddha of American politics. He just heads out into any direction anytime. Just trust that like his network of people will take you in. And there you are again in Florida, just in the middle of it, buddy. Good job.
Yeah, it just kind of happens. One thing after another, it unfolds. Yeah. But it's really interesting because I'm talking to people, and Jed, I had a fascinating conversation with this guy he's a doctor. He's the doctor who got blown up in Houston for prescribing hydrochloroquine early to patients. You remember that?
Yeah.
Dr. Ursa?
Yeah. Ursa.
And he's on a White House task force. And we did I'm going to post it on IG. We did a great thing where he talked about masks, and I said, because, when people say anything not in the narrative, right? It's like, you're a COVID denier. And he's like, I'm not a COVID denier. He's like, COVID's a terrible disease. He's like, but I showed him my mask, right? Which is like an N95, right? And he's like, the thing is, that mask will block like 95% of particles coming in, air particles. It will block 0% of viruses. He's like, if you went into a virus lab with that mask on, they'd kick you out because it will do nothing to stop a virus. It will stop things, right? That's why you wear them in sterile environments. But he's like, it won't. He's like, I'm sorry. It's like, it just won't. I'm not saying, I wish it would, but it won't. It was fascinating.
Is there any way, I just really want to do one thing really quick. Is there any way to share a screen, Bruce? I want to show you guys a quick picture, which really is about this.
You can share the screen down below.
Okay, ready? All right, here we come. Check this out. And I just want to show you guys. Here's Rob. That's Rob's opinion on masks. Here's me. And this is me. I'm burning my mask in conscientious objection. By the way, masks are highly flammable. Be careful.
Chad, you got to go there, right? You got to go there. These things do work to a limited degree. They're not completely nothing. I mean, they do help stop the spread of certain things.
Well, you saw it here. Lynn Wood said it's time to conscientiously object. And I agree, man. If you need to go to make a buck and go to work, the microns on the mask have never worked. I have a COVID doctor who lives next to me. I was with a COVID nurse. She's like, the microns don't even work. So the second you touch it once, the sterility's gone. It's all about compliance. I'm not going to do it anymore. Is everybody wearing masks down there, though? I'm sure they are.
No, that's the thing. They have to by law to come in, but then everybody takes them off. That's the thing. I was among like 600 young people screaming and yelling, and nobody had masks on. And no, you can see many people don't, some people do. But that's the whole thing, right? It's this whole, and the doctor was even saying, he's like, the truth is what actually does work is social distancing. Like, you know,
social distancing. That's what he said. Actually works. Yeah, to be distance. Hey, Rob, before you have to go to your thing with Eric Trump, is there anybody you can talk to about the conference that would jump on the line with you? Is there anybody around you?
Yeah, there's all kinds of people all dressed up to go.
If you see somebody, let's grab somebody and say, "Hey, you're talking
right here.
Jack."
You guys mind? We're doing a live stream, right? Here you go. All right, here we are. Wait. It's tough to get him in because I can't turn the camera around.
All right.
You see yourself? Tell me when you see it. Okay, Judd. Judd's a author of a book. He's at Newsmax. Just put out his book called 13 and a Half Reasons Not to Be a Liberal. Judd, what's your name?
Spencer.
Spencer, say hi to Spencer. Spencer's working behind the desk here for the loyalty banquet.
Nice. Nice, Spencer. TPN stays great, man.
Hold on. I'm like an idiot with technology. Hold on. He can't hear you.
Yeah, we are about to start checking.
Oh, you are? Okay. You got 1 minute to talk to him, Judd.
Okay, so real quick, what is the greatest threat? What is the greatest threat right now to America, Spencer?
I would say big government.
Big government itself. What about the loss of election integrity?
I think that kind of goes hand in hand.
So you'd say that's part of big government itself. I think big government exists beside this. I think this is kind of also just, criminality.
I mean, the big government protects the big government.
Judd is in hardcore angry mode, as you can tell.
Yes.
He's burned his mask.
No, I'm not. I'm just. I just burned my mask, and but I'm here.
Spencer here had the game on, which I like. The Vikings game.
Yes,
He's at the Vikings. What's your team?
I'm a Colts season ticket holder, so I'm very happy.
Colts. Okay, Colts fan. And I'm a Packers fan.
Yeah, we beat you guys a couple weeks ago.
Okay, whatever. Spencer's not my friend anymore. We're done with Spencer.
Hey, what's that guy saying in the background? I think he's saying, "Hey, Rob, stop filming."
Yeah. Yes, Russ is not here.
Oh, I was going to do this before we started. I'll wrap it up. Yeah. I'll wrap it up. Yeah. No, I was going to go in with it.
Hey, this is the anti-show, man. You better set that guy straight. It's not a show.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, Judd. So I can't stream anymore from here. I knew I was going to have to stop. So I'm going to walk over there and finish it up, and I'll come back. Yeah. No, I appreciate that. I didn't want to get inside.
All right. Why Rob is positioning? Let's talk. Let's say this.
Olivia, Josh.
All right. I'm going to talk for a second. Go ahead, Crafty, and mute him for a second. Hey, first of all, guys, I just want to say Merry Christmas to everybody, man. America is a Judeo-Christian society, and it said that unto you is born the city of David, a Savior, which is Christ the Lord. May the peace and blessings be yours. This country is amazing. Let us not forget, until Rob gets back here, let us not forget that this country is totally inspired and built by God, right? I mean, that's what this is all about. All of our freedom, all of our desire to communicate, all of our desire to mate, to prosper, to take care of others, to be free, to speak, to create. Everything comes from God, right? And that's why America works. America works because freedom exists besides big business and free markets, but also it exists with justice. And justice is next to God. Because there are other countries that have the prosperity that we have at a relative level in certain ways, but they don't have our legal system, and our legal system comes straight from justice. And this is the big thing, and this is why I want to talk to you about Rob right now, is like, look, we're seeing two things happen at the same time on Talking Smack, man. How do I do, Bruce, come in here. How do I do the anti-show?
Juddy, I'm here. Juddy, you're trying to
Robbie's back.
Me, I've been here the whole time, man.
How do we do the anti-show when you've got to go? Because I tell you, the biggest thing here is,
no, it's good. I'll talk for a minute.
We don't want to look good. We don't want to. Rob and I don't want to stick to traditional media because we want to be the unfiltered guy. You even see us argue here, and you want to argue over food. That's what helps you kind of keep your mind off yourself. It makes you say things you wouldn't say, and we need transparency. We need look. Trump's gone. If Trump is gone. What? Look for the Obama slick Rick years again, because you're never going to hear an honest word out of the government again.
I think we're on a Judd tirade. You've been talking the whole time. I try to interrupt for 2 seconds.
No, because I thought you had to go reposition.
No, I don't think they're going to
covering for you.
I might have blown my chance to go in because they saw me videoing, so they were upset that I was videoing there. They're like, press can't be videoing this.
I know, Charlie. Okay, here we go. Urban Cali. Melania hates Christmas.
What?
Hey,
what?
It's not easy being a Russian, man. It's not easy being a Russian. Like, look at the way that the Russians' religion is different to. It's tough, man. These guys like hardcore Orthodox people.
Hey, Juddy.
Yeah, a lot of hardcore Orthodox Christians and Catholics.
Hey, Juddy.
Right.
Juddy. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you all the time.
You're talking the whole time, man. No, I'm kidding you. Listen, I like it. You're worked up. You're in a mood. Jetty, are you gonna acknowledge that Trump's not president, or are you gonna go all
No,
out?
absolutely not. No, and neither should you. Not until the day. January 21st, man. There's still legal remedy. There's still military law. There's a lot of things that are rumbling that if you're not reading like 20 forms of news. Did you hear Lynn Wood today? There's multiple cases that are in. No way.
Let me just say, Jetty, you know.
I'm not giving up on America. You can.
I'm not giving up on America. Let me just say this, Jetty, this, the way you dismiss this, right? You need to do with Trump being president for this term. He's not president anymore.
100 days of mass.
Well, he's still president for 100 days. He's not. He's president for another 40 days, whatever.
Yeah, but it's a 100-day mass. Did you see that thing in San Francisco today, Rob?
Yeah, look, the mask thing has gotten out of control. It's all fear too. It's people are just obsessed. It's like, I'm not saying masks don't have a value, but there's so much fear attached to it. It's like people think it's a hazmat suit. It's going to keep you alive no matter what. Like,
yeah.
And if you have it on somehow, you can't get it. If you have it off, you're absolutely going to all drop dead. And it's just annoying because it's kind of like at a certain point, people have fear has taken over, and fear is like dominating right now. I'm in a real mellow mood. Can you tell that, Jetty?
I like it. Well, dude, I'm on a mission, right? I am on a mission, Rob. Because Rob told me, he said, Judd, he said, when you go on TV, he's like, don't try to know all the stats and be, Jordan Peterson, which you're not, or Ben Shapiro, or Charlie Kirk, which you're not. He's like, be that guy on a mission because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
It's true. I did say that. Actually, I had an interview. I did a thing today with Mary Miller, who's a new congresswoman from Illinois.
Yeah.
Right. And she's going to come on my show, and she's going to bring the other two of the other freshman congresswomen Republicans on. We're going to do. They're all 3 freshman Republicans. They're going to all come on, and before the new year.
Nice.
And they're all like citizen legislators, right? Like she's like, I'm not good on camera. I don't know. I don't do this. Like she's just like a real like Midwestern, like love it, authentic, honest, like real.
What are these kids going to do? And the point is, they're coming together there, Rob. Let me ask you a question. If our elections, we are a standard in the world, and the world is like, wow, America lets their elections be contaminated. Right. It's over. It's over. That's why I'm standing with it. What are these young people going to do? Are they going to be in a system now? What are they going to steal it again next time? Are they going to mess with the vote then? I mean, there's a lot of things that have just come out that are really important. And the guys at TP at least understand. I want to read a quote. I put up for today. The John Adams quote. A constitution of government, once changed from freedom, can never be restored. Liberty, once lost, is lost forever. Dude, if we are really banana republic contaminated and everyone's like, oh, we just got to keep moving, what are these kids going to do? What are they coming into out of college? Like, I tell you what, they're not coming into a Reagan economy like I did or you did.
Right.
They're going to come into a destroyed economy. They just got $900 billion again in COVID aid. I mean, we're just printing money, man. That's a future recession. It's a future recession. What are they going to do?
Do us a favor and explain to the people who don't know, what does that mean, a Reagan economy?
For people that don't know, Ronald Reagan was the president of the United States, Bruce. He was an actor. He made 115 films, and he got in because he was backed by the Reagan economy, supply side economics, right? Keynesian is we spend as much as we can through the government, which is a massive consumer. It's supposed to trickle down into the base of our society and rise everybody up. And the supply side is that we cut regulations, we give people a good environment, we stimulate the right elements of growth by reducing taxes, and then our economy in a Reagan economy took off. That was one of our big examples. That was one of our big low taxation created prosperity.
Only the techie, man. You lost me halfway through that, and I know what the Reagan economy is.
What are you talking about? I just explained it economically perfectly.
I know you did economically perfectly, but what I'm looking for is the food version, man. The food version.
The Reagan economy is a limited regulation, high prosperity, less interference.
What's the
economy? Big market, free market system where the taxes are lower and people prosper.
So the Reagan economy is a franchise restaurant, McDonald's, Wendy's. It's a franchise model restaurant.
I don't understand that. No, a Reagan economy is all the real estate behind McDonald's. It has nothing to do with the hamburgers. So, but my question is, dude, listen to me. I know you're the mellow dude, but I'm not. I'm asking you right now, what are these kids going to do? You're at TPUSA. By the way, I backed TPUSA. One of the first grassroots donations I started consistently making before Charlie was known. I think they're amazing. They're trying to reverse the destructive dialogue of academia. I love them. But so what are they going to do now in a Biden economy?
I don't know what they're going to do. I mean, right now, clearly they're like all happy that they're together and having their, shared voice and all that, like amongst like-minded people. But in reality, I talked to some of them about I think there's a real challenge to spread conservatism out. I think I've said to you before, I think conservatives have to find a way to deliver their message better. It needs to be a little less uptight. It needs to be a little less academic.
What do you mean? No, I'm kidding.
It needs to be no, I'm serious. It needs to be a lot more. There are elements of conservatism that make a lot of sense for people, people in impoverished communities and all that stuff. The idea of giving you independence, autonomy, keeping the government out of your way and giving you the most room to grow, with the exception that I've said, I think the government has to take a role in creating the opportunities and putting it there, right? If you're a broken down community that has no, shitty schools, shitty hospitals, all that, just throwing money in doesn't fix it. But thanks, Crafty.
I'm gonna burn my mask. I just have to burn my mask one more time for our new people.
Wow,
this is what they should do, Rob.
You just threw shade
they
right over.
Conscientiously object. It's time to stop being asleep.
I can't wait.
It's time for young people to stand up and take a stand. I mean, come on, man. Big tech bullying is crazy. Media is crazy. I appreciate you're in a mellow position, but this Christmas is no Michael.
I'm not in the middle. I'm not in a middle position. I'm not in the middle. I'm in
no. I said mellow. I said mellow.
Mellow middle. No, I'm not.
I didn't say you were mellow or middle. I just said I appreciate you're in a mellow mood tonight.
Yeah, well, I'm also inside this place, right? So I can't go, off as much as I might like to, I can't kind of start screaming and shouting, that'd be my tendency.
Stop talking smack to me, bro.
You can talk smack all you want. I'm getting a Zen-like sense of how to create this movement of change. And I think part of it's going to really have a big part conservative, part traditional liberal, not woke liberal. And I think it's going to be a movement that really brings
define traditional liberal.
I mean, again,
for those that didn't understand Reagan,
traditional liberalism, versus the woke liberal, which is the critical race theory, the whole thing. Let's throw out any idea that isn't. Let's throw out anything that we're gonna, let's. The inconsistency of the woke is insane. If you think about it, Jenny, think about how nutty it gets. Right, first it's women, right? Women, let's. It's the year of the woman. Women need to be heard. Right, let's empower women. Right. Then it's suddenly, well, wait. You can't use the word woman because that's a specific transgender. So now you can't say woman. You have to say, keep it neutral, right? Women aren't women. They're, people who menstruate, right? Literally, that's how nutty the woke is. It goes from one thing to the next.
That's definitely true.
I
think it's just going to get worse, isn't it?
One kooky thing to the next. And it's sort of there's no logic left in it. It's okay. So that notion that we're just going to throw out anything that we don't, and if you reason itself, we're going to throw logic out because logic's a white man's thing. Whatever. I mean, that's different than more classic liberalism. I think, whatever. Nobody cares about conservatism.
No, I just have to tell you, it's so interesting, man. 15 minutes ago, I could share mask burning, #mask burning.
Yeah.
And so I tried to share it to the groups.
And you got blocked.
And now it's something's wrong with this post. I tried out
yeah, Jetty, you're gonna get us blown to shreds.
I don't care, man. I mean, look, we're gonna keep going. We've got Bruce and Gary. We're gonna work around the system, man. But no, I agree with you. You want to rebrand everything, but look, right now, did you see the stats from San Francisco today about how many drugs? There were 81,230 deaths in the United States from ending in May 2020, the largest number of drug overdoses for the length of time ever recorded.
Absolutely.
This is really what we're doing. So the government that you're saying that these kids need to write, they're killing people by depressing people. Right now, man, I think everybody should go back to work. I'll do it. My life, my fame, my fame, my fortune, my sacred honor, my life, and my fortune. Come and get me. Come and get me, guys. Everybody should go back to work. People with guns should march on the street peacefully without using them.
But you know what? One of the things that bugs me about what people who are against the lockdowns and all that is most of them aren't doing anything. Most of them are just staying in lockdown. You know, they're not the restaurants, all that. Why don't they just open? You know what I mean? Just open. What are they gonna do? Shut them all down?
Yeah.
Just open. Like at a certain level, you know, the left is willing to protest and hit the streets. Conservatives are kind of more too much like, you know, like at a certain point you got to be like, F it, we're doing it. I don't care what the law says. We're done. We're not following your laws anymore. And
no, it's not like they're not really protecting us. Can we be rational for a second? They're just not protecting us. This is not protecting us. This is not changing. I see our next COVID case. You know what? That's not true at all, man. I've traveled all over the nation. I've used the mask. I've not used the mask. I've gone against everything because I've had to make money for my family as an American citizen. This person's commenting. And you know what, brother? I've had 4 tests. I've been sick 4 times. I went here originally. The doctor said to me, they're like, there's 100 flus this year. They go, at 35%, vaccines work for 35% recovery if we can isolate one once a year out of the 100 and market it. This was at the very beginning of COVID, and nothing's changed except the flu is gone on the Bureau of Vital Statistics. And 2.8 million people keep dying a year statistically on time for 5 years. This is not real. This is not real anymore, man. This thing is spreading. No way.
It is real, John. Stop. Don't be a COVID denier.
I'm not, dude, I'm not denying that COVID-19 exists. It exists as a normal flu.
It's a deadly infectious disease that we don't have a cure for, but it's deadly mostly to old people, really old people. And
old people need to be comorbid, need to hide until it's over.
And I agree. And
that's real.
Locking down a healthy community and terrifying everyone into thinking that, you know, again, you're going to be the next one to get it. You might. I mean, you know, you can get it. Most people will get it and be fine. That's the thing that bugs me. You know, 40% of people who get it won't even know they have it. 80% of the remaining people will be fine. And a small percentage, 20% of that, which is like 6%, will need hospitalization, you know, and that's, you know, without a vaccine, it's like, and yet it's turned a country into a country split in half the country's literally terrified like that, you know, that you're going to give it and kill everybody.
Oh, this is the anti-show. My wife's going to talk to me during the show. Huh?
All right.
They need my help? Okay. We gave a piano away and like 20 people on Facebook. So the anti-show, we can get interrupted. That's my lovely
everything.
Non-politically aligned wife, by the way.
She's a liberal, right?
Sure. That sounds good to me. Let's make her a liberal. No. She's definitely a liberal.
She's not.
She's a free thinker, man. She never wants to be mentioned. By the way, I'm not married, and my name is Skip. Let's just start with that. So, dude, but this is serious. 40% of small restaurants are going to go out of business, they're saying. And by the way, this is really dangerous for me because my wife can't cook, and I'm not immune to arsenic. And I think she's slowly poisoning me because our house is small, and we used to be in love, but she hates me now because we've been living on.
This is the COVID story. That's funny, Jen.
Thank you. I'm working on that for Fox tomorrow.
This is the COVID story, right? It's what
it is. It's true and it's not true. My wife can't cook, and shutting down 40% of the restaurants. She's like post-feminist. Like it's I don't need to make love to you ever again, unless I choose to. By the way, I don't do laundry and I don't cook, or do I pay the bills? You know, but she at the same time. I mean, there's a lot of that change between men and women, and I embrace it.
Somebody's sleeping in the yard tonight.
I embrace it. And I embrace this show because it's the anti-show. Let's talk to Bruce. Bruce, what's going on with you, man? Well, why don't you come out for a second? Are you politically out back there? Or are you just hiding behind your little screen? Tell me, sir.
No, I don't care either way. I'm not hiding or anything, but I go back and forth with Rob. No, Rob, you and I know this. We go back and forth all the time when it comes to your shows on Wednesday, which is airing everywhere around 4:00 Pacific. 7.
Oh, good producer gave you a plug.
Yeah, but we're doing it later now. We're doing better on the later live. We're doing better on the later times, like 9 o'clock.
Doing better on the later time. Come see Rob. Keep going.
Come see Rob. Yeah. Thanks, Crafty.
You got it.
But so Crafty, the question is: you've got all these computer-generated people socially distanced behind you. So the question is, how about you, man? As an American citizen, if you feel comfortable, because you don't have to come out here, what do you think about masks? What do you think about the shutdown? Is it effective? Are we really protecting people? Is government gone too far, or are you cool with it?
Good question, and I'm going to answer this from a nursing background. There is an air of protection that comes from mask. How much? That's really up for contention. And this is my philosophy, again, coming from the era of trying to save people and protect people. If you can save 1 or 2% of people because you're wearing masks, I say do it. What's the harm in that?
I agree with that.
And that's where I'm looking at it from, right?
I agree with Crafty for one.
And that's how I would like to look at it to try to protect people.
I agree with Crafty on this.
I personally, I can't stand my own breath. I can't do it anymore. I get claustrophobic. It feels unhealthy to me to be breathing oxygen in carbon monoxide. I think my health matters as much as other people's. Is that
Crafty? About this, and I don't always agree with Crafty about a lot of things, My only thing with Crafty is half the time he does my show, he doesn't listen to anything that's going on. Like, it's sort of like having a producer who doesn't pay any attention to my content. He's so into the tech. He's like, it was a great show. I'm like, you thought so? Yeah, we didn't have a single tech problem. I'm like, what about the content? He doesn't even know what I was talking about, It like breaks my heart. Like, it almost makes me want to cry.
Dude, if you're in show business or news business and you need love from your producers, it's time to get a couch and start taking a small little pill. Because there ain't no love in pop political entertainment. Maybe followers, but there's no love.
Don't make me go over the edge, Juddy. Over the edge.
By the way, everybody who's just coming in, Rob, I just want to say, Rob is at TPUSA, Charlie Kirk.
That's right.
Great Patriot.
That's right.
Great Patriot. Amazing to watch this guy not only rise on Twitter, he didn't even go to college, right? Yeah. And then he got his honorary degree. He empowered college students to say big government sucks, socialism sucks. What is freedom? I started donating to Charlie years before he was even famous, and now he's at the Trump dinner table. Yep. This guy has really been a force, and he's truly intelligent for a guy who didn't go to college, which we all know the exchange for college now is like debt for like 66% more wages rather than intelligence. But Charlie Kirk's an amazing guy. Did you get to run into him?
I did not, no. I've not run into him. But I ran into some interesting people and done some really interesting stuff, which I'm going to be posting on IG. Some really good stuff. But I don't
want to be petty, but I just want to tell.
I feel like this is the Judge Show. I can't get a word in edgewise with you today, man. You're like on a little thing. It's all right. I'm not mad about it. I'm just chilling out back here watching.
You have nothing. Dude, in order to take over, you have to say something more interesting than me. That's how media works.
Wow. Well, you want to know the interesting thing, Juddy? I'll tell you what it is. If you got to let go of your craziness that this election was completely stolen and that Trump,
craziness. How come they've been saying Trump's false? Trump's false claims. How about his alleged claims? Well, baseless and false. No, you're supposed to say in due process his alleged claims, not false, not baseless. So don't drink the Kool-Aid.
Would letting me speak be threatening to your determination to just insist you talk louder to make your point? I'm kidding. But
hold on. Let me ask Bruce. Bruce, what do you think? What should I do?
Juddy, what I'm telling you is, look, he lost, okay? And there was fraud, but he didn't lose because of the provable fraud. He probably lost because they did mail-in balloting. Like I said, they did mail-in balloting. Yeah. That meant they could people would commit fraud. It also meant more people would vote without security around it. It was a bad thing to do. Republicans should have challenged it before the election. They might have won some of those suits, but at this point, it's done. And if he declares the Insurrection Act, which he won't, but if he does, that will be the end of his career, because the military won't do it. He'll declare it, and they'll be like, go home. So he thinks he's smart enough to know not to do that. But conservatives and Republicans need to move on and go for the next election. 2024, man, 2022. Let's run for office. You run for office, Jeff. I'll run for office.
Yeah. Yeah. There's so much news that I have from high sources that really doesn't validate your opinion. But I will say that I appreciate that you're seeking stability. And I hope that it enables you to mate more with people of the opposite sex or same sex, because I know you're a libertarian. Listen, man. Wow. Listen, bro. No, you can't do that. The left repeats the same negative dialogue again. False. I looked in the news. False and baseless. No, it's alleged. It's due process, man. Until it's over. There are five different cases that are still going.
Okay. Look, I agree with the alleged thing. I agree. I have a chance today in court. They haven't proven it. They're running out of time. Joe Biden's going to be the president-elect, and we need to move on and elect somebody new in 2024.
Okay, well, look, I'm sorry to tell you that I want you to feel comfortable before Christmas when the baby Jesus comes down from heaven to shine his light of love on the nation. And I want you to feel secure. But I'm telling you, this is not a secure Christmas. It's not a secure Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas to you.
I do agree with 343 Politics. Thanks for coming to the show. Please share us out there, buddy. We are the beginning of you only see a handful of viewers here, but there's actually millions of people waiting to see the show soon. So
yeah,
I just want
to, I want to say,
polarity is the whole deal. That's why Rob and I are doing this show.
Hey, I want to say 343 Politics. Let me comment, Crafty. I actually think that's a great point, and it's bothered me. Democrats said the same thing in 2016. It wasn't legitimate. Now Republicans and conservatives and Trumpers are going to say the same thing, and it's just the polarizing of the two parties, and it's going to just make more and more of the people in the middle of the country, which is a lot of people, upset and tired and frustrated with it. Time to honestly, don't do what the left did. Well, look, you knocked me out of the show, Crafty.
No, I'm learning how to. Look, you're on the field. I think Bruce shouldn't have left this. He shouldn't have left the keys in the car. I'm starting to play with the controls. This is the anti-show.
All right.
That's so not me.
Whatever, Jetty. I can't do anything because I'm out of control here. But I'm gonna jump off. I don't think I'm gonna get into this thing now, but that's all right. I sacrificed for the cause, for doing the show.
Well, wait. Before you get off, I just want to talk about a few things, buddy.
No, I got it. What do you mean? We're done.
Look. This is. We've got to get out of this. I know. I want to be really genuine with you. I have been listening and hearing everything you've said. By the way, I think you've got a mic problem because on this side, I've been extremely cordial and peaceful.
No, but you never acknowledge. I've noticed you'll never say that anything is right. You'll never be like, yeah, that's true. It's you're like on a complete you're like on the liberal side. They're just like it's no. Like there's no maybe there's some truth in that.
I definitively have been listening to the liberal side, and it's been saying that everything that they don't accord with is wrong. And I don't think that's true. I think Chris Krebs, the head of cybersecurity, is smoking crack. And a lot of people do that, man. I mean, there are a lot of different points here. Just why can't you guys just let it play? I just want to ask you the last question. Why can't you be like, hey, man, Judd, until the 20th, I really support you. Making sure that justice is being clear. Why are we calling the courts early? I mean, are you and Fang? How long have you and Fang been making love? And how long is because last week you were normal, Rob. This year, I mean, I feel like you've been caught in a sexually strange position.
Over the edge with Judd. Okay, Snowball. Crafty, Judd wants me to support him a little bit, so let's give him some support.
No. I want to hear about how many Chinese spies you're sleeping with because something's changing.
Let's give you some support there, Let's give you a little
Rob, what I could do is I could plug his book down below. Here you go, Judd. There you go.
Okay, that makes me happy. Okay, I'm in.
There you go. Okay, yeah. All right, guys, so here's Judd's book. Here's the info. Don't forget, take a look, screenshot it. BulletPointNation.com or Amazon.com.
Thank you. And if I can tell you guys, tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Pacific time, I'm on Newsmax on the National Report, and I'll be saying everything Rob said and stealing his lines because he's actually more intelligent than I am and more moderate. And but this is the anti-show, so you get to see the real Judd here.
That's right, the real uncensored. This is who his wife has to live with. Juddy, I love you. Crafty, I love you back. Hey, you guys. So I'm going to call you both in a little while. And, share my true feelings.
All right. I'll do the sign-off since you're in TV.
I am going to call you, though, Juddy. Because
by the way, I just want public service announcement. Nobody calls me Juddy except my dead mother and Rob. So don't use Juddy ever again. Hey, and Mom, it's okay. He's a friend. She's upset with you. So listen, I just want to say, guys, it's such an honor. Rob, there you are in the middle of Turning Point USA. There's a lot of Patriots down there. You're in Florida. I'm jealous because it's so less shut down. It's an honor to do the show with Crafty. I want to say our special thanks to Beck Media, Bruce and Gary. Those guys are amazing on the cutting edge of technology, supporting Robin's vision and letting me come along. I just want to say that you can see Rob on his great show, Rob Nelson Live, every Wednesday. It's been amazing. Friday nights sometimes. You can catch my other show, Bullet Point Nation, next couple of days at bulletpointnation.com, or you can follow us at BPN Insider. Guys, the fight of our lives is on whether we know it or not. And if it's not for the election, Rob, it's for the soul of our country the next 4 years. It's for the soul of our country, and they need to let you in. I'll call Eric Trump for you and get you in. Hold on, let me text him.
You do that, my friend. Get him on the phone. Tell him to let me in. Let me back in just because I was videoing.
All right, give us your sign up. That's my sign off. And God bless everybody.
My sign off is it's time we gotta, everybody, whatever you believe, people gotta start actually stepping up. Talking's great. I talk, you talk, Crafty talk sometimes. But I'm in it shifting to a mode of like activism and I think it's a matter of people now actually gotta stand behind whatever they're doing. Like run for office, get involved, take it up. And that's really the challenge out there. And I'm putting it on myself too. Got to like step up and actually be the change.
I want to say Merry Christmas to all the great Americans and all the Satanists too, because it's America and hate speech of the divine is allowed. So isn't this a great country? So Merry Christmas.
All words are
and if you're not with us, you're not against us. We love you.
Juddy, I love that you did your sign off, gave me a sign off, and came in and did another sign off. Everybody,
be safe, everyone.
It's the Judd Dunning Show. I love you guys. I'll see you later.
Later, guys.
Thanks guys.